What's good YouTube, it's MTF ZONE in there, and today we're reacting to BTS versus Radio. Let's get it. I don't know what this versus.
In 2017, BTS realized that they were not only
it's this girl again.
in South Korea, but they also had a chance to be recognized in the Western music industry. That year, they were nominated to the first big American award, the Billboard Music Awards. They attended the ceremony and got their first Top Social Artist Award. So what was next?
Crazy.
The biggest artists in the United States have at least one of these three things under their belts: streams, sales, and radio play. These three things are the only criteria to get a #1 single in music charts, including the Billboard charts, the biggest one in the music industry. This is why BTS went to many radio stations, had a lot of interviews, and gifted their latest album You Never Walk Alone to radio DJs. ARMYs got the message: radio is important. So we requested BTS songs on every radio station we could, and if we saw that BTS was going to be interviewed on one, we sent them flowers, chocolates, and letters, thanking them for giving this opportunity to BTS.
Your army sent us flowers to thank us for having you on.
And that has never happened before with any other artist.
However, as time passed, the radio spins
That's
never
crazy.
came, and the
And
albums
that's very good
BTS
from
gifted
BTS.
to radio stations were found unopened in
It wasn't
garage
from
sales.
BTS, it
So
was from
why were
Carpool.
radio
BTS didn't do
massively
nothing, it
tweeting
was
about
from
BTS
Army.
and inviting them to their shows if they never intended to play their songs, even when they became the most requested artists on radio? Believe it or not, many radio DJs dislike BTS because they cannot profit from their success like they can from other musical acts. The only thing they can do is increase their radio's social media engagement.
I want to see your techniques, okay, for taking a selfie. Can we put all these on our website and let people, they can vote for who's got the best technique?
And radio is able to directly profit
That's how you
from
get a
playing
selfie,
certain
bro?
songs because of an illegal practice called
Just holding the phone
payola.
like this.
Payola, also known as the illegal version of pay for play, happens when an artist's record label pays radio to play their songs over and over again without disclosing the fact that the radio spins.
So you basically buy an award,
these
bro.
radio spins and count to
That's how
artists'
these
charts
labels-
like the Billboard Hot 100.
Labels pay radios to play your song, so
Yeah.
you can get marketed as an artist on that label. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100. It is basically bribing radio stations to play a song. This practice is illegal and it was banned from radio stations. However,
I don't
in
follow it.
2020, Rolling Stones magazine exposed more than
It's banned, it's so
2,500 text messages involving a Steve Sack,
It's
a
not
radio
banned, it
promoter
still
with a
goes
number
on
of
for
radio
everything.
stations. The messages reveal
So you
conversations
have to put everybody on
between
game,
Sack
right?
and multiple
Let's say you're a new artist, someone signed you.
Yeah.
Now, to all the new artists, listen. Someone signed you on the label, and your budget, for example, is $1 million, which is not gonna happen, but I'm
Yeah.
saying 1 million, right? Now, when we this 1 million, 200,000 go to radios and shit like that. The other money goes to other shit like shows, tour, everything, right? So to every radio, this what happens. It's not like all radio gonna pick you and they don't got no profit at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they go.
Obviously they're gonna have profit because
Yeah.
people watching you, but
Yeah.
it's just like that. It's rigged, bro. This industry
But
is
like,
rigged.
let's say you're a small artist and you pay them to play a song so
Yeah.
that people can know you. It's
Yeah.
good. But if you're a big artist and you're paying them to play a song just so you go #1 on Billboard, it's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up, but it's the industry. That's
Yeah,
how it is.
yeah, but I don't-
Everything is rigged,
I
bro.
don't fuck with it. I would never.
Everything
do
is rigged.
multiple
That's how it
major
is.
label executives, where they arranged multiple payola agreements. This led to an investigation targeting the Recording Industry Association of America, record labels, and streaming services, as well as a lawsuit that later revealed that SAP received more than 130 payments totaling over $300,000. And this is only one case of one independent radio promoter, which involved only 3 radio stations in the adult contemporary format: the Bay Area's KREB, Palm Springs KRCK, and Las Vegas KFRH. Agreements with major labels are believed to be multi-million-dollar settlements, just like it was shown in a 2004 investigation. And I just want to clarify that the artists themselves allegedly did not have anything to do with these agreements. The text messages showed no evidence that any artists were communicating with SAP, only their labels. So So who does payola? Panic at the Disco's radio
Who's
promoter
that?
sent an urgent text to Sam when the group's spins.
It's probably someone so famous that you don't know.
Because that song is
I heard the song.
Yeah.
Look at him. Listen.
No evidence that any artists were communicating with Sam. Only
Madison
their
B, I
label.
know this girl.
So who does payola? Communicating with Sam. Only their labels.
the title of the song is kind of famous.
So
Hold on, bro.
who does-
Yeah, he crazy. If I don't know him, I don't know him, man.
I don't know.
I know the song though. I heard it.
See, don't listen to this type of music, bro. It's kind of crazy. It's probably someone so famous.
Bro, I'm not gonna talk shit.
Any way to deal with you. I need panic backup.
Just
Sam
didn't
texted
get
a station employee. Any way to move 5 seconds of sour to superpower till Saturday? I will get a great promo for you. Another text says, can we do Flora Cash and Cali? Promise them 35 spins each. We'll cover that cash giveaway.
this guy.
When one station increased the number of plays of a single by LSD, the Columbia Records Studio by Labyrinth, Sia, and Diplo, Sap wrote, I just got you 1,000 promos through Columbia. Tell me what
Sia
you
is
need for
crazy.
stations. They will cover. Another text said, this week, Kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean Superpower for number 1. The public's sweating me already. Another text said, can we pull down Jonas Brothers' Sucker, helping Pink go number 1. Apart from Panic at the Disco, 5 Seconds of Summer, Flora
But
Cash,
good name is
Khaled,
Panic.
Labyrinth, Sia, Diplo, Shawn Mendes, and Pink. Other artists, according to the text, include Dua Lipa, the Jonas Brothers, the Backstreet Boys, Ellie Goulding, Dean Lewis, Maren Morris, Marshmello, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, and other artists associated with Warner Music, Sony Music, Universal Music, Columbia Records, and Republic Records. The messages also reveal that the problem does not only rely on record labels willingly paying for radio plays, but also radio stations extorting record labels. Sap wrote on a text message, I'm going to make Patty beg for increase when talking about spins for a Louis Capaldi song. So how did he allegedly extort record labels?
That's kind of cool, man.
For example, Green Day's lead singer Billie Joe Armstrong released a cover of I Think We're Alone Now, which gained organic popularity and started climbing radio charts in 2020, since it offered a small measure of comfort to a pandemic-stricken world. However, it seems like his record label was not interested in actively promoting
They
the
have to
song.
do
So
so
it seems
much
that
to
texting an employee
reach
at a
this,
radio
bro.
station
Pay,
to reduce
do
the
that,
song's
do this,
spends
do that,
as
do
a
this.
way of forcing them to pay. He wrote, I hate to do this, but Billie Joe needs to go down. They, the record label, said they aren't working on it and not paying bills. If we take down, let's see if they are all of a sudden working on it. But this tactic, or I would say extortion, didn't work out. Sap then wrote Billie Joe down and they never paid a dime. So when BTS were first invited to US radio stations in 2017, they were happily welcomed and had some pretty nice interviews. But I really don't think it's a coincidence that after some time, the same radio DJs that were interviewing them and being nice to them changed their attitudes towards them. If we can learn anything from this SAP lawsuit, is that during these days, a payola agreement had to be made, but BTS and BlackPink refused. So radio stations turned their back on them, just like they did with Billie Joe Armstrong.
So,
Now, you may think that radios refuse to play BTS songs because they are in Korean, and that is definitely part of the problem. However, even with the massive promoted English
Is
singles,
he talking
don't
about
listen to
America?
them.
American radio.
Yeah, so they say their songs are on
Yes,
Korean.
I mean, that can be a problem too.
Out of place as other smaller English songs, and when they do the radio play because of the massive success of the songs, radios only give them 1 or 2 spins during daytime and some more spins between midnight and 6 a.m. so they can have the least amount of listeners they can. This is part of their extortion. Allegedly.
this is crazy,
Just compare
bro. You heard what she
Dynamite
said?
to the Shawn
Yeah.
Mendes case shown in Sap's text messages. Sap wrote that Republic Records was paying for Sean's single If I Can Have You to rise to number 1. Sap wrote, this week, Kill Panic and Ed Sheeran and put Sean's Superpower for number 1. Republic's sweating me already. Then, the station told Sap that Sean's single was set to play every half hour. But then, Sap fired off another text saying, It is too close and we haven't jumped at yet. After 8 p.m., when we do every 15 minutes, no one will even notice. No one listens to the radio unless in a car. And apparently, playing the Shawn Mendes song every 15 minutes worked, because that week, Mendes leapfrogged sheeran on the media-based chart and hit number 1. Sub did say one right thing. No one listens to the radio unless in a car. And this is only when people don't have the chance to connect their streaming service to the car. Radio is dying. So why do music charts consider radio spins as important as sales and streams? The songs on radio are not the songs that the general public likes. They are the songs that the general public is forced to like. It is impossible for a song to be an organic radio hit when it's played every 15 minutes. The Billboard Hot 100 and the other music charts should stop treating radio numbers as a metric for a song's success. But of course, they won't stop. The music industry is an extremely corrupt system, and they don't care if BTS has more fans actually buying and streaming their music. If they don't pay for radio, their number ones will be taken away. They don't care that BTS is the artist that sells the most records in the world. The music industry has brainwashed music fans into thinking that the general public's approval is better than a loyal fan base, because that is organic success. Well, it's been proven time and time again that the general public's opinion is forced into them by music labels, shameful campaigns, and strategies. And your favorite artist, no matter who it is or will be hurt by this, because the general public only listens to what they're supposed to listen to, and then they move on and forget. Artists do care about views, likes, plays, and streams, because it means that people are listening to their music and watching them perform. Those who say their favorite artists don't care about views or charts are just deluding themselves. Artists want what BTS has, whether they admit it or not.
The BTS, they're massive. I want that social following. Me and Shawn Mendes are like, how do we get this type of fan base?
BTS and their label Bighit always shared a message of honesty through music, and they refuse to give up these values for number 1, even though this is something that every artist wants, including BTS themselves.
What's kind of something else that you'd like to accomplish this year?
Billboard Hot 10.
But BTS were rejected by the artists assume that it was because their songs are in Korean and nothing else. And I don't personally know BTS, but maybe they thought this too. However, when they released Dynamite in 2020, something happened. BTS had a lot of interviews for radio stations again. They even had a bus where radio DJs could listen to Dynamite before the release date. They repeated this promotion with the release of Butter.
BTS is sending tour buses around the country to different radio stations with Butter on it. They're playing it, and we're getting a chance to hear it before anybody else.
ARMY's hopes were up because these are songs in English, and this type of promotion worked to a certain extent. Compared to their Korean songs, BTS were gaining significant radio play for the first time. But even in the best case scenario, the radio spins were not nearly as massive as other artists who had songs way less popular than Dynamite or Butter. Maybe it's because they didn't do what they were expected to do, which is pay their way to number 1. And even before the release of their English singles, BTS expressed that they hate these charm manipulation tactics, and that even though they had multiple wrongful opportunities to jump to number 1, they refused to do so.
긍정적인 방법도 좋지만 조금 더 정직한 방법으로 좋은 음악을 만드는 게 어떨까요? 모두 다 좋은 음악을 하고 좋은 음악을 듣는 그런 시대가 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
It's a pretty common thing for BTS and other artists to invite radio DJs to their concerts and give them their albums so they can get to know them as artists. Because radio DJs are supposed to be interested in music. Radio DJs were first supposed to share the songs they liked on their radio shows because they were supposed to be music lovers. They were even considered music experts, but they aren't. They do zero research before interviewing them. They ask them the same repetitive questions. And when artists talk about their music, they got them to ask who their favorite member
They
is.
only care about their show views. They don't go for
Wait, Sabrina, let's just cut to the important. Who do you have the biggest crush on?
They would rather tweet nonsense about BTS's looks, hair, or outfits to gain some likes. They even make fun of armies, implying we are obsessive by doing things like this. Me running to stay at BTS Airbnb so I can smell this pillow. Or this other guy called Psych, who is the most immature radio host in history. He tweeted, "We have BTS hair people," and showed a video of BTS's hair, according to him. Armies responded that it was weird for him to film that and that was so embarrassing for him. He then said that it was just a joke
Then
and
you
that he
get
was
canceled,
making fun
boy.
of crazy fan bases. When Armies didn't buy
It's
it
not
and
even
decided
canceled,
to
it's
stay
stupid,
away from
bro.
him and not watch the interview, he said that we were not true fans because true fans would watch anything and everything when it comes to the
Nah,
favorite group. He also responded non-stop to every army he could and then said that everyone was just jealous of him. He tweeted, "Well, I spoke the truth. I met them. Some of you didn't. Is that not true? You don't think die-hard fans are jealous of people that meet BTS?" Another tweet said, "It must kill you to know that you'll never meet BTS and I've met them twice in less than a year. Also, be careful with talking about snapping necks. Violent threats are not typically acceptable on social media." Of course, making himself the victim. When the interview was released, the guys didn't seem very comfortable.
he a walking
Even
L,
when
bro.
the interview was before any of this happened.
Nah, he's sitting, bro. When he walks, he a walking L.
Pretty insane.
They don't give a fuck, bro.
These
Look how
people
bored
DJs
they are,
think
bro.
this is what we
Or I'm
want,
just
and
trying
the
to
only
carry
thing
that
they're
home.
asking
Oh,
for
mama.
is
They probably don't get it, bro.
Don't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez
They waited
interviewed
for a
them
while to
without
cross
even
it.
knowing that they danced, and I'm pretty sure he didn't listen to a single BTS song before this interview.
What do you have planned for the concerts? You guys like to dance? At your shows, do you do a lot of dancing?
Yeah, of course.
So yes,
Oh
yes.
my
So
God.
at your shows, do you do a lot of dancing?
Yeah, of course.
So yes, dancing at shows. What else could we look forward to?
And despite being invited,
So let me explain the situation. The guy was just hanging around with some people that was like, bro, invite those people, bro, BTS, they famous as fuck. He couldn't know shit. He was like, bet. Invite them.
Yeah.
When you know, I know that they do something.
Like, do you guys sing?
Yeah.
Who sings here?
And it didn't matter how big they got. At this point, the fact that none of them had come to their concert, and it didn't matter, they don't care.
You guys ever been to a BTS show?
And it didn't matter how big they got. At this point, the fact that none of them have gone to their concerts, at least out of curiosity, shows their bitterness. They don't get any benefits from their success, so they don't want BTS to succeed. The radio DJ Big Ray, one of the only ones who openly supports BTS, revealed that radio DJs would talk bad about BTS on a private Facebook group. He tweeted, "There's a Facebook group for radio people, and today they were basically shading BTS pretty hard. Mind you, I've been a pretty active supporter of BTS for a while, but I never thought I would get that upset over a Facebook post. These radio DJs who talk
That's the same, bro. I'm getting upset when I see those dumb things, bro.
Well, maybe we should be nice to DJs, ignoring all the thank you gifts and nice messages we send them. These guys from Sirius XM even pretended they were the ones who bought these cupcakes for BTS, when it was armies who bought them for them to play their music.
We have a little something to give to you guys in
Oh,
celebration.
we got the cupcakes.
The cupcakes even have the logo of the fan base who sent them, which is slightly different from the official army logo. And even worse, a DJ called Dave from 103.3 AMP radio from Boston said that armies were trying to poison him with the cupcakes they sent to the station as a thank you gift. He then said that it was just a joke because he always says that armies are annoying, and then he manifested that BTS will break up because he believes in manifestation. So don't say armies should try being nicer to radio DJs. We've been nice enough. Radios need to stop pretending that what gets played on the radio is ever dictated by a fandom's relationship with a radio DJ. They don't care about the most requested song or artist. They care about money. In conclusion, I don't think we should blame BTS or BigHit, a Korean company, for not thriving radio DJs. They are not the problem. Radio is. This person tweeted, "Payola is illegal. Do you really want our guys or their company to do that? You do realize that they would take the money money but then give another white or at least American artist more spins so they can't top the charts. The music industry is one of the most corrupt systems marred with systemic racism and xenophobia. There is no winning this other than what we're doing for years, showing them that we will succeed anyways. In 2017, BTS and ARMY were so excited and full of hope without realizing how dirty the Western music industry is.
비오라는 곳이 너무 기억이 얼마니까 분들 DJ들한테 꽃다발을 보내고 여기 현지 에이전시가 해서 되게 노력 많이 하고 그런 일들.
We learned by experience, and it looks like now BTS lost respect for the industry they admired at some point.
The name is really huge for us. We've been listening to Billboard like since we were like 8.
They are literally the biggest artists in the world right now, but they have experienced disappointment after disappointment. They didn't even promote their new singles in America like they used to. Left and right, bad decisions, Jack in the Box, and yet to come. Only have some calm interviews intended for only armies to watch. They have more personal content and projects. Basically the same as before, but without the awkward interviews with people from the media. This is why BTS can only rely on armies, and that is a good thing. Other artists may be in a constant fear of being forgotten by the general public, unless they pay, of course. So don't let others make you believe that BTS's number ones were inorganic, because they are the only ones with an actual fan base actively purchasing their music and not paying for radio spins every 15 minutes. Brian Rowley wrote a very good article for Forbes titled BTS didn't cheat their way to number one on the Hot 100. They just beat other artists at their own game. So don't let others guilt you for buying BTS's music. Don't listen to what others say. Stream. Watch their music videos and performances on official YouTube channels. Buy their songs and albums. It doesn't matter if they are old or new. OG7 group projects with only some members, or solo projects. BTS will remain on top, whether the music industry likes it or not.
This is now right now I understand why BTS don't win every award. Because before I was like, bro, they so big compared to other artists.
I think
They should win every award. But this is the reason
I
why
think
they
it's
don't.
not for BTS and for the fans and shit. It's not no more. Oh, I'm trying to prove to other people I'm trying to win this.
Yeah,
Like if they didn't win the Grammy, right?
yeah,
They don't give a fuck about it no more. Like, bro, it's what it is.
yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like they just focus on themselves now.
Yeah.
And the fans and shit. They don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
but it's like,
by no radio. They don't need no radio.
but if this was not a thing, like paying for,
I'm saying, my bad. Let me clarify that. They don't need to go on podcasts to promote their albums.
yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah.
They need radio.
Yeah. But like, if this was not a thing, like paying for radio and shit to play your shit, BTS would not even be close to anybody. Would be top 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5,
nah.
6, 7, 8. First 8 place would be BTS.
I told you it's the radio, bro.
Yeah, that's why I like, cause I'm like, bro, BTS is far better than any artist that I know right now. Those that are on top. Why they not winning the Grammy? Why they not winning Billboard every year? Cause it's like nobody got more views than them and shit.
Nobody
Or
got
bigger
views.
fan base.
Yeah.
But this, now I understand that this is the reason. I didn't know before.
And even if you have a big fan base, that don't mean your music is good. But their music is good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't even they be looking at this radio shit for the awards, bro.
Yeah, radio
shit,
views
radio.
is,
You know?
but like on radio it's not really like YouTube views or Spotify views, because on radio you're forced to listen to something. You don't choose what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
I can go on the car, I can listen. I may listen to 15 songs. I'm not gonna like any of them, but you're gonna kind of view, because you're kind of forced to listen to that shit.
That shit was fucked up though. The guy that didn't even know shit.
Yeah,
Going on the podcast.
I don't fuck with that shit, bro. But it's so dumb. I said they're so walking elves. But this is the end of the video. We gonna see y'all tomorrow.
Let's see us.